Hello everyone, so today I am here to do another book unhaul video. Yeah, remember when I unhauled like 100 plus books like, I don't know, a month or two ago? Yeah, I have 2 more bags. Yeah, I have 2 more bags and they're really heavy. Basically, I am going to Ohio. I'm pretty sure this will be coming out when I'm in Ohio, but Ohio has half-priced books. And ever since I have moved to New Hampshire, I have found it so difficult to get rid of books. I live in the middle of nowhere, New Hampshire. I'm sure if you live in a city, it's maybe a little bit easier, but I do not know a single place to get rid of books. One time I went to my really tiny little, 500-person town's library that we share with like 4 other towns around us, and I was like, hey, I have some books I'd love to donate, and they were like, oh, that's awesome, we never get donations. I brought in like probably 40 books and they were so overwhelmed. So I felt bad doing that to them with like 200 books. So yeah, I am bringing all of these books to Ohio to donate them to half-price books and actually get some money for them, because I haven't gotten money for donating books in a very long time. So yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys the books I'm unhauling because that's what I do. I'm sorry if I'm unhauling your favorite book. A lot of these I didn't even hate. I don't have enough space for books, and I'm getting rid of a lot of them, so just how it works. I don't have that much space, and then obviously my boyfriend and I are still kind of like gearing up to move in the next probably 6 months, so just getting rid of books as I read them. A lot of these you will see are reads from the last couple of months. So my first bag of books are ones I'm donating, or not donating, these are ones I'm giving to Haley. It's her birthday. She has like 5 birthday gifts over there and a huge bag of books. I think I might have unhauled a couple of these already, but I'll just re-show them. Who cares? So the first one is Violet by Scott Thomas. See, perfect example of didn't hate this book at all. I actually really enjoyed it. Probably wouldn't have gotten rid of it if Haley didn't specifically want it. I actually have a couple of books like that. I was kind of like, I don't know if I really want to get rid of this book, but like if a friend wants it, like I'll give it to them very easily. Like if I really want it back for some reason, I can ask for it. Which yeah, are the same with these 2 books, which is Alice and the Girl in Red by Christina Henry. I read Alice I think I read both of these last October, and I really enjoyed them. I really love Christina Henry. I love her book, what is it? Lost Boy. And these are really beautiful UK editions. One was from my friend Adele, and I loved this so much. It was so good, but again, I don't really feel the need to keep these on my shelf, and the fact that Haley wants to read them, I will give them to her. And then we have an oldie but a goodie series, and that is The Unwind Dystology by Neil Shusterman. I loved this series. I read it in high school, and I feel like this series gets so much shit, but Haley said she's been wanting to read it for a really long time, so I'm giving it to her. I was gonna unhaul it anyways, and she was like, give me the series, and I was like, I got you, because yeah, I loved this series when I was a kid. I really don't know why I get so much hate. And a big one that I did not read, it's been on my shelf for a bit, but honestly, I'm just not gonna read it. I'm honestly kind of debating unhauling another book by this author, but I'm not sure yet, and that is Brandon Sanderson's Arcanum Unbound, which is the short story collection for the Stormlight Archives. I got this because I found this on, I believe, Thrift Books, and I'd never actually seen it before. It's wet. Why is it wet? What is that? But yeah, she loves Brandon Sanderson a lot more than I do, and I'm never really probably going to read this, so I'm going to get rid of it, give it to her. I'm currently debating unhauling Elantris. I've had it on my shelf for over a year now. I've gotten the audiobook out probably 5 times, and I have never in my life wanted to read it. I kind of just got it because I like Brandon Sanderson. He's one of the only fantasy authors that I have continued to enjoy even after not really liking fantasy, but I just hate series so much. I hate like connecting worlds now. I'm not a fan of it anymore, so I kind of am debating on getting rid of that one too. So, and I have 4 volumes of a manga series. I read I think 3 of them, and I really enjoyed them. I just wasn't hooked enough to keep reading kind of thing, and that is Your Lie in April by Naoshi Arakawa. Yeah, again, I think I read 3 of these, and they were actually really good, but again, I'm not super into just like straight contemporary stories. Like, they either need to be adorable, wicked, fluffy, just cute romances for shoujo, or like very just wholesome. And this is just a contemporary. I also, weirdly, very specific trope that I hate. I hate music in books. I hate music. I hate singing. I hate when characters play instruments, and that's like a big part of the book. I hate it. I don't know why. And these characters are musicians. But again, Haley was interested, so I was like, yep, you can have them. And yes, that was her bag of books, and now we have another bag of just random books that I'm getting rid of. So let's get into it. So yeah, a recent read was Autumn by Ellie Smith. I got this at Dollar Tree, so I really don't feel that bad about getting rid of it. Yeah, I listened to this one on audio, and even though I had the physical edition, I got it on audio. That's just sometimes how I roll. And I just didn't really find this very interesting or connect to it at all. When I talked about it in my review for it in one of my wrap-ups, a lot of people agreed with me that when I said I felt like if you weren't from the UK or like Europe, you just aren't gonna connect to this very much. It's just a lot about Brexit and like kind of British people. And like, yeah, I know basics about Brexit, but like, America's got our own shit happening. I can't pay that much attention to other people's politics. I pay so much attention to like American, Canadian, Japanese, Korean, Chinese politics, and I just don't pay that much attention to the UK. And so most of what was happening in this, I just didn't connect with or care about. Sorry, I can't keep up with the world. Another book I'm getting rid of, I bought this a while ago. I read it, I thought it was fine, and then I gave it to my boyfriend. I don't think he read it, and then he wanted to just get rid of it. So that is It Happened in Boston, ? By Russell H. Greenan. And this is about a man who, he like strives to meet God face to face to destroy him. It was interesting. I had this recommended to me by a subscriber for when I really enjoyed Middle Game by Shauna McGuire, and I did enjoy this. I just, like, I don't need it on my shelf. I think it was like a 3.5 out of 5 star. And then I have The Friend by Sigrid Nunes. This is kind of the same situation. I read this a couple months ago. I enjoyed it perfectly fine. I'm just never going to like reread it or probably ever think about it again. I know this is like one of my favorite, my peer's favorite books. He like teaches it in his class. But I thought it was good when I read it, but like it is not a book I have thought about since, I guess. Next up, we have a book that has honestly, it just sat on my TBR for too long. It sat there for probably about a year, and I just never picked it up, and I lost interest, and that is The Future Home of the Living God by Louise Erdrich. I did try reading the first couple of pages of it, just didn't hook me. I know I could keep it on my shelf until I felt like reading it, but I don't think that would happen. Like, I'm just not like a person who, if I don't read a book within like, 6 months of buying it, I'm probably not going to read it. Especially with how fast I read. My TBR is almost always like 5 books. Like, if I can't get myself to read a book with only 5 books on my TBR in like a year, I'm probably never going to read it. Another one that kind of falls into that same category was The Mysterious Flame of Queen Loana by Umberto Eco. I don't know, just lost interest in this. A lot of people were commenting on my video saying that it was really, really bad. And I don't know, again, it sat on my TBR for a year, and I never once had the urge to pick it up. So I think the last novel I have, the rest is manga, is The Magus by John Fowles. This is a book that I read. I tried it in a try a chapter challenge that I'll link up above. Yeah, I was really not into the main character of this book. He was pretentious and sexist and racist and like all of the horrible things. And a couple of people commented on my video saying that that just continues. It's not like about a character who like improves, and this was written quite a while ago, but it's like, yeah, you could say it's a product of its time and that kind of excuse, but it wasn't that long ago for how terrible this main character was. So, saving myself the trouble. And then I'm getting rid of 5 volumes in this series, and that is Daytime Shooting Star by Mika Yamamori. I also tried this first volume in a trying manga volumes video that I did, and I really liked this first volume, and then I think I read 3 more and I hated all of the rest. like 2-star kind of, really didn't like them. This has a trope that I really do not like, that I don't understand why it's so popular in manga, and it seems to be really popular in manga that BookTube talks about, and I don't know why. It's the same exact problem I had with Dream and Sun by Ichigo Takano. And yeah, I'm getting rid of these. I asked a bunch of people if they wanted them because I know manga can be hard to find, and like getting the first 5 volumes in a manga series would have been cool, but no one really wanted them, so I'm just gonna donate them. Or we'll get money back for them, I guess. And the next one is a whole series of manga that Dylan gave me, and I don't think he'll be offended that I'm getting rid of these, but that is the entirety of Sailor Moon. Yeah, I have he gave me like all 12 volumes. I tried volume 1 in that video of trying the first volumes of manga, and yeah, I really wasn't a fan of it. I don't feel like this is quite on, like a lot of people were saying this, like I really don't think this is a series that stands up over time in the sense of like, I did not grow up with this series. I never watched it as a kid, didn't read it, don't know anything about it. So like trying to read it now as a 23-year-old like doesn't work. So I think like if you're younger trying these out, it would be fine, or if you have the nostalgia for the series of like watching it when you were a kid, you might love this. But yeah, wow, that first volume was a chore to get through in that video. It is just so, like the first volume was incredibly repetitive and obnoxious, so I can't even imagine trying to push myself through 12 volumes. I did think about making a video about it, like reading Sailor Moon for the first time, and I just couldn't push myself to do it. So I'm hoping someone comes to Half Price Books in we're going to Columbus, Ohio, and is really fucking pumped to have found all of the volumes of this. So that'll make someone very happy. But yes, those are all of the books that I am getting rid of. I know it's not as extravagant as my 100+ books that I was getting rid of, but I had some more to tell you guys about before I leave for Ohio, and hopefully this is last on a haul for a little bit. Hopefully I will be coming at you guys with a Half Price Books book haul that I'll be buying some books with the money that I make off of all of these. Probably 150 books. That'll be great. But anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed this unhaul video, and definitely tell me down in the comments below, do you like Sailor Moon? I don't know. I honestly am jealous of people who really love Sailor Moon because you guys have so much cool merch. You guys have so much cool like stuff, like there's a makeup palette for you, like from ColourPop I think it is, and like there's just so much cool Sailor Moon things, such beautiful tattoos, and 12 whole volumes. Oh, I'm honestly jealous, and I wish I could be you guys. So yeah, that's my apology to all Sailor Moon fans. Yeah, anyways, I love you all, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.